Hello and welcome everybody to the stream today. We've got a fun one coming up. Getting ready to fly to Oshkosh. Just making some last minute preparations and I'll be right with you. I hope everybody's doing well. Again, welcome. Nice to see you. We are on the ground here at Leeward Farms in, I would estimate, west central Wisconsin, and getting ready to head northeast up to Oshkosh. And I'm excited. I think this is it's at least the third year, because I believe, maybe it's the fourth year. I believe I've done this event now in FSX, P3D, and XPilot, and now I'm attempting it in Microsoft Flight Sim. So I was trying to go back and look at some of my notes and archived videos, and I don't show anything. So this might also be the first time I've streamed it, which is pretty cool as well. But let me show you what we're looking at doing here today, you guys. This is, again, where we sit and what we're after. We're going to start with an initial leg kind of out here to the northeast just a little bit. Hey, Pentagon.
Pentagon.
Hi, man. This is Leeward Farm, and I picked this because there happened to be a nice little freeware scenery for it. I mean, there's all kinds of cool spots to fly from. Madison, Sparta up here. I mean, there's all kinds of good spots. But I thought this looked like a cool little private airport. So we're going to depart out of there. We're going to head up to the Endeavor Bridge. That's going to be our first waypoint. And that's where we will start the famous Fisk approach. And we have all these little VFR waypoints programmed into our G1000 right now to help out a little bit. So there's the VPENV. Then we go to Puckaway Lake, VPPLK. Then Green Lake, we just stay kind of to the right of those lakes. We hit the town of Ripon and Ripon. And out of Ripon, we follow the railroad tracks to Fisk. And then at Fisk, we'll be told kind of what to do. And so judging by the weather right now, I'm kind of anticipating an arrival to the north. So that would mean we would get a turn on Fisk Avenue here and essentially be on a left-hand base to land to the north there. Hey, yeah. Well, I've had it for a while, Pentagon, the filter, and I just haven't had it on because I haven't had a spot where I've liked my mic, and so I thought this latest placement here is probably the best one. And so yeah, you should hear very good, very unpopped P's and T's and stuff like that. So just for you, Pentagon. But that's what we're planning on doing. If we're able to get in there successfully, we are going to depart and fly back, by the way, to Leeward Farm. So all VFR, you guys, at this point in time, you either know the drill because you've seen it done so many times through Pilot Edge, or even the first go around yesterday on VatSim. Hey, Steve, the dulcet. They're even more dulcety now. That's right. That's right. Oh man, yeah, that radio voice. Yeah, I've got the face for radio to go right along with it. So hey, what do you know? But yeah, so either you've seen it 100 times or you haven't seen it and you don't care because you've been like purposely avoiding the event, because that's all that's going on right now. Like everybody's flying to Oshkosh. But I do think I've kind of been just reviewing, and I'm going through this more for me honestly than anybody else. But I really do think that we're going to get up here and at Fisk, we're going to be given this right-hand turn to Fisk Avenue. And see if I can pull up the approach. Runway was they were actually landing west, I think, early on, which is one I think I've done almost every time. You go up north of the field and come in on a right-hand pattern, but this I think is going to be our boy right here, Fisk Avenue, and 3-6 left. Possibly 3-6 right, I guess. I think they use 3-6 right as the departure runway, though. So, Grumpy Gordo, hi, man. Good to see you. But that's what we're doing, and we can't roll beyond the blue dot without specific authorization. And if we do land on 3-6 right, we expect a long rollout to the end for parking. Do not turn left unless advised. You must hold short of 3-6 left. So, they'll get us where we need to go. But 3-6, if we're on 3-6 left, we do turn left into the grass and taxi to the taxiway Papa, and then we turn right into the grass for parking. So we come off of here, we get on Papa. I think this is Papa here, and then you come out here to park in the grass. But yeah, looking forward to it. A little nervous, but what I have always found with this event is you just kind of have to load in and get rocking and rolling. And you just have to listen to the ATC, pay attention to what they tell you, and you'll be just fine. It looks like we do have, Fisk Approach is ready. We have Chicago Center. We are in an uncontrolled field, so we won't have to check in with anybody. And just curious, what do we have right now for arrivals? 20 arrivals and 4 departures. So hasn't gotten too crazy just yet. But yeah, let's do this, guys. I've got fuel loaded. Flight plan is filed. And I'm ready. Steve PHL, Cyber bullied me and made me buy this Kodiak 100. Excuse me, guys. The dulcet cough of Melvin Leroy. He cyberbullied me into buying this Kodiak. So I've had my eyeballs on it for a little while. It's a super nice plane. I've got the fuel on, and I have got it started already once. I wanted to make sure that I was able to get it started. It's got like a little bit of a quirky start sequence. And so, okay, fuel cutoff is off, brakes are set. So I just wanted to remind myself, and it gave me a chance to get the flight plan loaded in. So here we go. With any luck, we won't blow it up. Oh, it's a warm start. Got up into the yellows there. Steve, you're a bad friend, Steve. Oh man. No, it's I was kind of waiting, honestly. I was kind of waiting for the PC-12 to come out, but they had a flash sale on this the other day, and I'm like, well, what the hey. It's a nice plane. It's a nice plane. I've enjoyed the heck out of it in X-Plane, obviously, and I thought, you know what? It's I do some of the same stuff in Microsoft Flight Sim, so why not? Okay, let's set the baro here. I need my field elevation to be about 1,068 feet. I would say that's going to be pretty close right there, about 29 or 81. And Panicons is ready to give you some flight sim. Yeah, if anyone wants you to give me some for flight simata. I see what you mean. Yeah, some other money there. Yeah, they make a mod to help you get the runway. Say what, Grumpy Gordo? Wait a second. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about there, dude. Um, altitude. Let's set the altitude. I have filed 7,500. That one always gets to the runway, except when I don't. Yeah. I either get to the runway or I get directly to the crash site every time. I have been very consistent in my flight sim career about that. All right, sweet. And then this here, by the way, we've got Leeward Farm runway 29er. So let's just set our heading bug. Around here to about 290 or so. That ought to be pretty close. We'll just kind of fly runway heading as we get out here. And you're having a hard time finding your runway at nighttime. Oh, are you talking about in Microsoft Flight Sim or X-Plane? Which one? I had a little bit of trouble locating what was it, Spartanburg the other day, and it was it took, I had to be right on top of it. Some of those smaller airports, Gordo, you're right, they're tough to see. They the lights aren't really as bright as you would think they would be. But so no, I don't know of anything other than if you actually get an add-on for the airport itself, like if you get a payware or a freeware airport add-on, that might help with the night lighting. There might be one of the settings in the graphics control that maybe help with that, honestly, but I don't really know. Oh, I heard that actually. I heard that. I heard they had those down there. I thought that was really cool. That was super cool. Okay, so I am gonna fly the autopilot here for the initial until we get up to the Endeavor Bridge, and then I may hop off and hand fly. I kind of like to hand fly a little bit as I get closer to, you know, to Ripon, just to get a feel kind of for how the airplane's handling and all that good stuff. And I'm super excited to that we get to do the wing rock. Steve, was it everything you hoped it would be? Okay, there we go. I want to make sure I'm going to refile here just to make sure they have my flight plan, because I filed and then I lost connection, and now I'm back in, so hopefully they have it. Gordo, you already have 120 hours in the Kodi. That's awesome, man. Well, I have heard, honestly, it's it's almost like it's one of the best kept secrets in flight sim. Ooh, my wife's calling. Stand by. At Leeward Farm traffic, Kodiak 816 taxiing runway 31, Leeward Farm. This is a cool little spot, guys. You're going to like this. This is a very scenic location. We kind of depart. It's hard to tell. Like it's got a little bit of a, like it's up on a little plateau. I kind of like it. It's a neat spot here. All right. Nobody on final. Runway's clear. And yes, I did get my comm issue fixed. I got my push to talk button assigned. And it was the weirdest thing. And I don't know if it's because of the Bravo throttle quadrant or it's because of VPilot or both. But I'll tell you what I had to end up doing here in just a bit. All right. Looking to rotate here at about 70 today. Got a little bit of fuel on board. We're going to flaps, first notch of flaps. And I don't need the engine inlets on anymore, but we'll turn the strobes on. Taxi landing lights. Got to have all that stuff on here. Anti-icing is not needed. And everything else looks like it's good to go. Leeward Farm traffic, Kodiak 816 departing runway 29er. Will be a right-hand crosswind departure VFR to the northeast, Leeward Farm. And takeoff power set. Over torquing it a little bit. Sorry about that. Oh, geez. I didn't have my mixture all the way up. No wonder I'm not making much power. I think I'm okay though. There's V1, VR, and we're away. Oh, I forgot the go-around cam. Man, I'm slacking, you guys. Holy cow. It's the Scotty Too Hottie go-around cam. Hi, guys. Hopefully it's pointed at something that's showing you the magic. Here we go. And how about a little outside view? See, isn't that a cool little spot? I think that's just awesome, man. Just, you know, who knew? Gusty winds out here today, you guys, so let's stay buckled up. But, yeah, what a cool little spot. All kinds of neat little farms and stuff. Leeward Farm traffic, Kodiak 816, right hand, crosswind departure. Last call, Leeward Farm. Alright, let's get back in and see where we're at here. Yeah, speed-wise, we're doing okay. Let's pull back a little on the power and a little on the RPMs here. And one thing I didn't do is I didn't change my transponder to ALT. That's bad. Okay. I also didn't put my wind up on option 2. That's bad. And then I didn't put the CDI on GPS. That's also bad. Alright, now we got it. We can get ourselves more on track here and be on our way. On our way to Oshkosh. Should be fun. Should be so much fun. I need to get the Fisk approach dialed in as well. I need to get the weather. That's all stuff I should be able to do en route. And then hoping, crossing my fingers, hoping we'll be able to see traffic today. It's interesting. Interesting that you sometimes have a hard time seeing traffic. Now let's do this. Let's set a, whoa, I'm turning. Let's set just an approach or an intercept course here. Eastbound. Eastbound and down. We'll go heading. We're going to keep the climb going in flight level change mode. Yeah. And autopilot coming on. Yaw damper coming on. Okay. That should get us going anyway. All right, Fisk approach and weather. Just kind of going back through the event briefing here. I should have had that on there. Fisk ATC 120.7. Did that change over here too? Good.
White Piper Warrior, 1 mile southwest of Fisk, rock your wing.
Sweet. That's what we need. And then ATIS.
Good rock on the Warrior. Turn right turn, follow the east-west road for runway 36, monitor tower 126.6. Welcome to the show.
26.6. All right, let's put that in there. Welcome to the show. It's a heck of a show. Again, guys, I know it can seem super intimidating, but I think if you just keep in mind that it's a sim, it's not real world. Just listen to the controllers. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Engine inlet, yep, it's normal. That's fine. That's what I want. And you're okay. Try to be ahead of the plane a little bit if possible. Okay, we're near our nav course, so we can go ahead and make that turn. And don't be afraid to use a little GPS. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to program some stuff in and follow the yellow brick road. This is what I have in, guys. Like, I have all those BFR waypoints in. This is a perfect time to use those. And I don't feel one bit guilty.
Any aircraft just joining us, welcome. We are arriving on runways 27 and 36 into Oshkosh today using the Green Lake transition. So Green Lake transition use.
Okay.
We are going to be doing Green Lake transitions to the southwest corner of Green Lake. That's where you start this arrival at. You're going to proceed to the town of Ripon.
Ripon.
Follow those railroad tracks, straight up those railroad tracks, half mile on trail, 1,800 feet, 90 knots. If you're unable to that, that's 2,300 feet and 135 knots. No side by side, no over under, no S turns, any of that's not going to work. You're just have to break it off back to Ripon and try it again. Once you get in the immediate vicinity of Fisk, we will pick you up by type and color, ask you to rock your wing, and then we'll give you a transition to follow.
Okay, so they're...
We are arriving runways 36 and 27.
27, okay.
15 and 17 of the notice. Please be familiar with those pages.
Very good. So that's... so I don't have to listen to the ATIS because they just gave us that info. So 15 and 17, so here we go. So 15 is the one we were talking about, where they will keep you on the railroad tracks until you're north of the field. You have the gravel pits that is a little bit of a visual, and you fly a right-hand approach into runway 27. That one I've done before. This one along Fisk Avenue, I don't know that I've done that before, and I've also done the eastbound approach. So we'll have both of those ready to go. If you come in here, you have to exit. Oh, you can exit either way. Whatever's directed. There's parking on both sides there. So cool. Okay, we'll be ready. We will be ready. Just about up to 75, and
Oshkosh arrival information, Oscar current wind 31012 gust 18, altimeter 2974.
74. Let's set that. Update the heading bug, and yeah, we've got the wind sitting right there. So the Green Lake transition. So what we need to do is
what's that tower frequency? I'm not hearing anything.
126.6, 26.6.
126.6, roger. Haven't heard anything on that frequency.
Anyway, we need to be
Okay,
down.
Bravo, and if 126.6 is not working, you can try 18.5, see if they're here either.
18.5. Set that just as a backup. Anyway, I need to be down to 1,880 knots. 90 knots, sorry. I better check that. 18.5. Okay, I have that ready just in case. In the standby on COM 2. Crabbing like a big dog here. So, yeah, 1,800 feet and...
November 1 Hotel Bravo. We're not hearing anything from tower frequency. Do you know if they're having any issues with their radio comms?
Ooh, that
He's
could
working
be...
on it. You can contact the tower 118.5, 18.5.
That could be bad.
118.5, and we'll let 'em know
That
where
could
we're
be
at.
bad.
The aircraft is showing us.
Yeah,
Welcome, runway
1,890.
1,890.
1,890.
It'll be 15 and 17 in the notice. We are using the Green Lake transition today. So Green Lake transition, start at the southwest corner of Green Lake, then to 5th, and then to Rippon, and then to 5th, up the railroad track, half-mile trail, 90 knots, 1,800 feet. And then you can proceed on course from there up to whatever transition we give you. We're identified about a half-mile southwest of 5th, and a wing rock, and then we'll give you a transition and a tower frequency to follow.
So the thing I'm probably most worried about, honestly, is being able to see the aircraft in front.
Those tracks, just a single file line, need 1,800 feet, 90 knots. 1,800 feet, 90 knots. If you're unable to make that, it'll be 2,300 feet, 135 knots. Again, half mile up and down those tracks, straight up and down the railroad tracks once you get to Rippon, please.
So I am worried about being able to see. That's always been a bit of an issue in Microsoft Flight Sim. I considered turning on the name tags just to have more visibility, but that doesn't really guarantee that you're going to be able to see people because they may not be flying in Microsoft Flight Sim. So what I am right now is 33-ish miles from the initial bridge there. That's the drawing a blank here. The Endeavor Bridge. At the Endeavor Bridge, we will go to Puckaway Lake and then Green Lake. So I have 11 and 8. I have 19 miles to get down to 1,800 feet. So, basically losing 5,000 feet or so. 5 times 3 is 15. I should have plenty of time to do that. I'll probably start down just a little before Endeavor Bridge, though, just so I can make sure, because I'm gonna
half-mile southwest of 5th, rock your wings.
I'm gonna have to use a little bit of flaps for the Kodiak.
Low wing. Follow the runway 27 transition. Follow the railroad tracks for runway 27. Make you down and inside the gravel pit. Monitor tower 118.5. Welcome to the show.
Pull the RPMs back a little bit here. $2,100. There we go. I'm not in any big hurry, so we can pull the NG back to about 95. We can be somewhat fuel efficient here. Kind of get our. I mean, we're doing 145 knots right now, so we're really cooking. Have not messed around very much with this G1000. I don't know. I think it's pretty solid. It's the one that the working title guys have been working on or developing for some time. So that's kind of nice to know that's integrated automatically. But there's quite a bit of functionality in the real Kodiak, obviously, and I just don't.
Oshkosh departure,
I'm not sure how
140
deeply
Juliet,
modeled
on runway heading 3000.
this one is just
The
yet.
aircraft calling Oshkosh
This is
departure,
about my
127.0,
about my
27.0
fourth
from Milwaukee
flight
departure.
in this plane, so
40 Juliet.
needless to say, I haven't
All aircraft inbound, welcome.
haven't
We're
been
arriving runway
able to dive in
27
too deeply.
and 36. It'll be the Green Lake transition today. It'll be the Green Lake transition. We're going to be running page 9 of the NOTAM for that. Follow the southwest corner of Green Lake. Proceed down to the town of Ripon. And then up to the town of Fisk. You're going to be directly over the railroad tracks in between those cars, or actually between those towns. Make sure you're at 1,800 feet, 90 knots. 1,800 feet, 90 knots. If you're unable to that, your two high-performance aircraft, you need 2,300 feet and 135 knots. No over-under, no side-by-side, no S-turns. Any of that's not going to work. It's got to be a half-mile in trail. If the half-mile in trail is not working, you're having to do S-turns, having to do anything like that, break it off, head back to Ripon, find a new aircraft to follow. Once you're in the immediate vicinity of the town of Fisk, we'll be identifying you by aircraft type, having you rock your wings, and then giving you a runway and a transition to fly. Again, arriving 27 and 36 today, pages 15 and 17 of the notice. Please be familiar with those pages.
All right, there you go. That's all there is to it. I think this is the last day too, so if you've ever wanted to try this, this is a very, very it's a very worth it type of event, and spawn in anywhere nearby. I mean, you don't have to come in from a crazy long distance. I've done that where I've flown over the course of several days, into Oshkosh, which is it's kind of fun to simulate that. But you can also do like just what I did, just hop in there someplace close. If you go to Whiskey Sierra 51. Search for that on the flightsim.to. You'll find that scenery, and download that sucker. You can trace the same flight I'm doing. Piece of cake.
Aircraft 1/2 mile southwest of Fisk. Rock your wings. Good rock, good rock. Follow the railroad tracks for runway 27. Keep your downwind inside of the gravel pit. Monitor tower 118.5. Welcome to the show.
All right, 18 miles.
Get any aircraft inbound from
Probably start
inbound to
this.
Oshkosh, welcome.
Probably start the descent about 5 miles before
right today. That's
Endeavor
15
Bridge.
and 17 of the notice. Using the Green Lake transition. So your arrival is going to start today at the southwestern corner of Green Lake. You're going to follow that all the way up to the town of Ripon, and then follow the railroad tracks directly over the top of those railroad tracks up to Fisk. I need a half mile in between aircraft at a minimum, please. Half mile in trail, no over under, no side by side, no S turns, anything like that's not going to work. If you are having trouble following an aircraft, just break it off. Head back over to Ripon and find a new aircraft to follow. When you're up and down those railroad tracks, we need you at 90 knots, 1,800 feet. 90 knots, 1,800 feet. If you're unable to that, you're too fast. High performance aircraft, 2,300 feet and 135 knots. But ideally 1,800 feet, 90 knots today. Once you're in the immediate vicinity of Fisk, we're going to pick you out, type and color, find an aircraft for you to follow, or a runway transition for you to do. But if you would, to start obviously looking for aircraft as you're getting in the immediate vicinity of Green Lake, you're going to be picking out an aircraft to follow there. So once you get to Green Lake, southwest corner of Green Lake, be looking for an aircraft similar performance to follow, 1,800 feet, 90 knots, all the way up.
So I do see somebody here over the top of me. I don't know if they're just getting spawned in or they're taking off. So that this will be nice to have a little bit of TCAS, and I'll zoom in obviously, but the TCAS does work very well in this plane, so that is definitely a nice feature. I'm curious, have any of you flown? I know one of our friends in the channel, Acronerd, he flew the PIF 51.
Half mile southwest Fisk, rock your wings. Good rock on the caravan.
Anybody else tried to fly a Warbird in here?
Towers 126.6.
Because that's a whole different arrival. I wonder how that is. I'd like to fly the DC-3 in here one time. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Looks like like I got another high wing about half mile southwest of Fisk, rocket wings.
Smitty, hey man, good to see you, buddy.
Good rock on the high wing, good rock on the high wing.
Gordo tried and
Right,
failed.
right turn
What?
for runway 36.
What warbird did you try to fly in there, Grumpy Gordo? Gosh dang, my nose is like I feel like I've got a sneeze
Engineer aircraft
coming.
just joining us, welcome. Arriving on waves 27 and 36 at Oshkosh today. Wind 310 at 12, gust 18, altimeter 2974. Green Lake transition in use. Arrival starts in the southwest corner of Green Lake. You're going to head up to Fisk. From Fisk, Kirkston, you're going to head up to Ripon.
Oh, you don't remember what you were
You're
flying?
gonna follow the railroad tracks straight up and down those tracks, not right next to them, absolutely directly over those tracks, and head up to Fisk. 1,800 feet, 90 knots. If you're unable that, it'll be 135 knots and 2,300 feet in the immediate vicinity, about a mile to a half mile southwest of Fisk. We're going to be identifying you by type, color, or another type of designator, and we'll give you a runway transition to follow. Again, it is runways 27 and 36.
Gordo, I can't fly really any of them, so I just fake it till I make it.
Please be familiar with those pages.
All right, how we doing, guys? Well, we were going to try to go down at about 5 miles before the bridge, so we've got 3 miles or so before we start our descent. I think what I'm going to do is start to pull power back, because the getting down to 1800 is not going to be a problem. It's the 90 knots that is going to make us work a little bit. You're becoming pretty good with that Phoenix. Yeah, nice. Well, hey, if that's your baby right now, that's a pretty good bird to get proficient at. What I really like to do is get down here and get into my flaps range, because I'm going to have to fly with at least a single notch of flaps. Just about there.
Again, aircraft half mile south of Fisk, correct your wing.
White arc. First notch coming in.
Good rock, good rock. Fly straight ahead, follow the railroad track.
There's about 90.
Downwind inside of the gravel pit. Monitor tower 118.5. Welcome to the show.
I think we'll go vertical speed mode and just dial it up here about 500 feet a minute or so, and let's just start making our way down. Yeah, right about 5.5 miles. That's not bad. You know what? I might even do this. Let's just to make sure I get there. Let's go 1,000 feet a minute. Speed's coming back up. Pull back just a little bit. I'm over flap speed. I really am not concerned about holding it exactly at 90. I should have just went flight level change mode. That would have kept me right where I wanted to be. But I just don't want to I don't want to damage my flaps here, so I'll try to get back under that white arc. I've kept my
everybody over the tracks. 1,800 feet.
Kept my eye on that Phoenix.
90 knots, half mile in trail.
I just haven't pulled the trigger quite
no
yet.
Over, under, no side by side, anything like that. I have to break you off and have you go back to Ripon and try it again. But space is looking great. Thank you, everybody. 1,800 feet, 90 knots, looking great.
I feel like ATC is just a little loud. Let me see if I can turn him down slightly. I want you to be able to hear the airplane. The airplane sounds are very nice.
I think I got a Cub that's half mile south of Fisk, rocket wings. Or correction, that looks like a Skyhawk half mile south of Fisk, rocket wings. Good rock, good rock, good rock on the Skyhawk. Turn right turn.
Is that ATC level better?
36, monitor tower 126.6. Welcome to the show.
See, Gordo, that's what I have. Is the I've got that PMDG, and I'm kind of like you. It sounds like with the Phoenix, I really am enjoying that airplane. I got a little slow there. Didn't mean to quite cut so much power. But here's the town of Endeavor, and we're coming up on the bridge. We're going to be making a right-hand turn. We're going to be heading toward the first of our lakes there, Puckaway Lake.
White Skyhawk, half mile south of the Fisk rocket wings.
Just about right here. 11 miles to run to Puckaway, then 8 more to Green Lake, and that's where we need to be. 1890.
Welcome to the show.
And I think we're going to be just fine. All right, I'm ready, Gordo. Ask away. I don't see anybody out in front of me here yet to follow. I don't see anybody on TCAS yet. I see my speed getting a little high again.
Black and white Archer, 1/2 mile southwest of Fisk. Crack your wings. Good rock on the Archer. Turn right.
All right, I
right
see the
turn,
lakes
follow
up there.
east-west road
We're
for
doing
runway
good.
36. Monitor tower 118.5. Welcome to the show. Correction, monitor tower 126.6. 26.6. Welcome to the show. Anybody that's just joining us, welcome. We are using the Green Lake transition today, so your arrival is going to start at the Green Lake.
Gordo,
Once you're at that Green Lake, you're going to.
I think what happened,
Corner of it. You're going to proceed
I was
into the
reading
town
that
of
there
Ripon.
was
Follow those railroad
a
tracks, then straight up and down
serious
the tracks up to the town of
weather
Fisk. You're gonna need
glitch
your vicinity
last
of
night,
Fisk. We'll
and
identify it
there were some
and
people
give you
that were
transition and
getting
runway
some
assignment.
just out of the
We are landing on
ordinary
27 and 36 off
crazy
36
wind
today,
shear
15 and 17 of the notice. Please be familiar with those stations.
issues. In fact, there
Maybe
was
at 1800 feet, 90 knots,
a video
1800
of
feet,
one of
90
the
knots, no side by side, no over, under,
examples,
nothing like that's
and I
gonna
mean it
work
was
today.
ridiculous, like
So
a
if
200
something like
knot
that's happening, you're gonna have to break off
loss
your approach,
or
try it
gain, and it just I'm wondering if that's not what happened to you last night. I was actually a little nervous about flying with real weather today, just because of that. Obviously,
Rolling half mile southwest Fisk, crack your wings.
obviously a wind shear like that
Good
with the
rock,
Kodiak
rock
would
low
be
wing, you can follow the railroad tracks for runway 27.
catastrophic,
Make your down
but
and inside of the gravel pit. Monitor
yeah,
tower 118.5.
Gordo, I'm thinking that is a strong possibility, because I've been reading about that pretty much all day long today, about that little malfunction. Yeah, the one video I saw, the guy was coming lined up as perfectly as he could be, and then he must have been at least a 45, if not a 60-degree crab, and his airspeed went from, I think he was 140 to like 40, and he was flying, I don't know if he was flying the Phoenix, but he was flying an aircraft that size, and yeah, I mean it was an obvious glitch. All right, you guys, we're just about down. Speed's hanging in there. And this is Puckaway Lake, so we're down even a little bit earlier than we need to, but that's okay because we'll get leveled off, and then we will try to get our speed right there at 90.
Anybody just joining us, we're going to be using the Green Lake transition. Green Lake transition.
Again, I'm looking for aircraft. Oh, I got my passenger here. I didn't realize.
Just joining us, we are using the Green Lake transition today. So Green Lake transition, start at the southwest corner of Green Lake. Find an aircraft of similar type and performance to follow. 1,800 feet, 90 knots. If you're unable to,
Sparker, how are you, man?
I need you directly over those tracks. Half-mile on trail of that aircraft. No over-under, no side-by-side. None of that's going to work today. No S-turns, anything like that's happening.
Everything's looking pretty good here. I think.
When you're in the immediate vicinity of Fisk, I'm just going to be identifying you by type and color or some other designator. I'm going to be giving you a transition and a runway assignment.
I'm getting a little slow now that I've leveled off.
3627.
So we're going to go ahead and
15, 17 of these pages,
get some power back in. And again, the 90 knots is going to be, it's going to be 90-ish, just because I don't have, on this plane, there's no, there's no speed dial. So I'm just going to have to keep adjusting the power as a little bit at a time. But I don't have, like I said, I don't have anybody really in front of me. So if I'm a little bit quick, that's probably not the worst thing in the world. Now, as I say that, do I have a bogey? No. That's just this waypoint. So I'm going to go ahead, though, and zoom in a bit, just in case somebody pops up.
Looks like I got a low wing, half-mile southwest Fisk, crack your wings. Good rock, good rock.
Oh, Sparker, doggone it.
Right turn.
Reinstalled.
Road for runway 36. Monitor tower 126.6. Welcome to the show.
You reinstalled backed up
Like I got a twin.
and
Looks like a
updated
King
to
Air. King Air twin,
SU10,
half mile
but
southwest of Fisk.
it's still crashing VR. Dang it.
Good rock on the twin. Fly straight ahead, follow the
That's
railroad
frustrating,
tracks.
Sparker.
Tower will call your descent. So
I'm
maintain
sorry to
point
hear
here.
that. I
Tower's gonna
truly
call your
am.
descent. Then tower's 118.5.
Oh, I was going to tell you guys
Runway
about my
27.
glitch,
Make
my
sure your downwinds inside the gravel pit. Welcome to the show.
about my not being able to set my comm. So, for those of you that were flying with me 2 nights ago, I was unable to. Well, it was actually it's this button back here. My left trigger is my push to talk, and I wasn't able to get it to configure
Just joining us, beautiful day, Oshkosh wind
on
31012, guest
on
1
VPilot. Well, the fix that I found was to just keep canceling and pressing the assign button until it finally apparently the Bravo quadrant has some keys that are continually like active, and that causes VPilot a hard time for it to understand like what key you're actually wanting to use for push to talk. So you just have to kind of keep clearing it and keep hitting your trigger, and eventually I was able to get it, but it took a while. I actually reinstalled VPilot, the whole works. It was crazy. So I'm a little bit I'm a little bit frustrated with that, but at least I have it working. At least I did a little comm check yesterday and it was working, so I guess we're about to find out here. Yeah, button, not the switches. Yeah. But Sparker, what I kind of was reading was that even though I wasn't using any of the buttons, like they're sending a signal to VPilot saying, "Hey, we're being used. We're on right now. We're being used." Not that I want that to be the, it's not like that was trying to be the key or anything. It was just interrupting me, not allowing me to push the trigger to get the key I wanted. So I don't know, but hey, Jay East, welcome. Yeah, this is called Track IR. So I don't know how well you can see it. It's this little guy here, and on the front of my monitor, I have a little receiving unit, and it just picks up the motion. And so it's like a poor man's VR goggle, like it's what you get before you go to what Sparker in VR has. Sparker's got like an Oculus or something like that, a hood, but it's a very sort of functional in between step, and it's really really good for VFR flying. So. All right, you guys. We're getting to the point where
31012, guest 18, altimeter 2974.
I'm going to have to probably start to pay attention just a little bit. We're either going to be landing 27. Again, if we do that, we're going to continue up the railroad tracks. We're going to go north of the airfield. We're going to make a right-hand turn into a right-hand pattern. We cannot go out over. We have to turn base before we go to the shoreline. So unless ATC tells us to extend, we have to turn base prior to reaching the shoreline. We will begin our descent at midfield. So we'll be 1800 MSL, turn before the gravel pit, and make that pattern in there if we are on 27. If we're landing north, we're going to turn right on Fisk Avenue, 1800 MSL, and then we will be vectored to final told what runway to land on somewhere here on Fisk Avenue. Doesn't really say where we start the arrival or start the descent, I guess, so we'll just have to kind of eyeball it. Airport elevation at Oshkosh is 800 feet, so we're right at.
There is a November 516 Delta Foxtrot still on approach. It'll be 126.6 as the frequency needed. Yeah, 26.6.
Can you do that, or I don't know if I can do it.
Just go to the channel and push the record button on the, and then
Now, or
just a little before 5.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So we'll just we're right at pattern altitude, so we may just start a little bit of a descent before we turn to final there. Yeah, J East again. It's I think it's a pretty affordable option if you can't spring for the full-on VR hoodie. But yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Just joining us. Welcome.
I've enjoyed it.
Vatventure. Arriving runways 27 and 36 today.
Yeah, so Sparker, my dilemma now is when I move to my side stick, or when I'm flying my helicopter, I have to reset with a different trigger my push to talk, and so every time I go back and forth, I'm going to have this. I mean, it's just going to be a pain in the butt. I wish I could set a profile.
No side by side, no over under. No
But
cutting people
anyway,
off. If anything like that's happening, then yes, turn
just
and I'm gonna have to
not
break
able
you
to
off
do
and
that.
Go back to Fisk and try it again. Correction back to Ripon and try it again.
So it's making me really consider
If you're unable to 90
how much I
knots,
want to fly
135,
helicopters
90 knots, then
on
800
the
feet,
network,
135
which is sad
knots,
because I just finished
2,600 feet.
doing my first heli flight in a VATSIM event this past, what was it? Monday or Wednesday, I
You
think.
got a white pipe stroll virus. Rock your wings. Good rock, good rock, good rock. And a
All
white
right.
pipe stroll. Turn right turn. Follow the east-west road.
Okay, guys, I think
Towers
we are
266. Welcome to the show.
officially here at Green Lakes. We're in it. We're coming up on the town of Ripon. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off autopilot, and this is where it's going to get a little bit funky, but it's time to fly. Buckle up. I'm going to go ahead and go props full forward as well. Ooh, now we got real slow. See if we can get it trimmed. Pitching up like a son of a gun. I might go a second notch of flaps just to bring my nose down a little bit here. And the better to catch the wind with, right? Ooh, trimmy, trimmy, trimmy. Trimmy, trimmy, trimmy. There we go. It's a little gusty. Little gusty. There we go. That looks all right. See if this gives me any better control. Oh yeah, a little bit better than the electric. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. See the town up in front? We're looking for railroad tracks coming out, boys and girls. Power back slightly. The wind is really making it difficult to maintain 90 knots. And am I at 1800? Whoops. I'm at 1500, so I need to... Uh-oh. Ooh, that was a long pause. It was a nerve-wracking pause. Let's get back up to 1800. So forgive me a little bit if I'm not able to interact with you in the chat. I'll try to make sure to get caught up when I get down on the ground here, but I'm gonna have to get a little more focused than I normally am. Steve, you used 1 notch to get 90 instead of 2? All right, I'll pull up that second notch here. I just thought maybe it'd roll my nose over a little bit, but it really didn't. It actually made it pitch even worse, so that looks okay. We're a little high now, but okay, there's the town. I can see the railroad tracks out in front of me. Well, there's a road and a railroad track that they kind of mirror each other. Oh, I'm going way too fast. Way too freaking fast. Come on,
Any
dude.
aircraft just joining us, welcome. Arriving runways 27 and 36 today, 27 and 36, using the Green Lake transition. It's going to be page 9 in the of the notice for Green Lake, pages 15 and 17 for those runway transitions. Please be familiar with those pages. Arrival is going to start at the southwest corner of Green Lake. Proceed to the town of Ripon. Follow the railroad tracks up to Fisk. 1,800 feet, 90 knots. Make sure you're at Green Lake. Look for someone to follow. 1,800 feet, 90 knots.
Thankfully, I haven't had anybody out in front of me
No
because
side by side, no over under,
I'd be-
no S turns, any of that.
be taking
not gonna
them-
work. Gonna have to break you off. Head
taking
back
them over
to,
here.
Ripon and have you try it all over again. But 1,800 feet, 90 knots. If you're unable that due to performance reasons, 2,300 feet and 135
Man, I
knots.
can't get trimmed out to save my life.
Once you get in the immediate vicinity of Fisk, expect a mile to a half mile. I'll pick you out by type color, ask you to rock your
Struggling.
wings, and give you a runway transition to fly.
Struggling. Okay, there's the road and the runway. We're kind of right, or sorry, the railroad that we're right on. The runway's sort of off to our right here a little bit. And we're just going to have to accept the fact that we're going to be all over the place here. That's all right. There's 18. Just can't quite get it trimmed. Okay, that looks okay. Flight director off. That's just bothering me at this point. Whoa, pitching up. Pitching up. Ah, thought I turned you off. Flight director, there we go. Thank you. We're really struggling, you guys. We're really struggling. Maybe we'll be semi where we need to be by the time we get to Fisk. A little low now. But we're generally in the right direction. I just keep overcorrecting. I'm just making little minor changes, but it just is just still going way too far with my levers here, guys. All right, back up we go. Flying the roller coaster today. Still have eyes on a railroad track, though. There's 90-ish, 16, 1700.
November 222 Juliet Bravo. We're 30 nautical miles south of Oshkosh, and we got information, Oscar.
There's 18.
Looks like I got a Archer half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings. Good rock for the Archer. Good rock. And do you want 27 or 36? You bet. I'm sorry, say that again. You bet. Turn right turn. Follow the east-west road for runway 36. Monitor the tower 126.6. Welcome to Oshkosh.
All right, somebody just pushed the follow
Any
button.
other
Welcome.
On Fisk approach, 30 miles
Welcome,
south.
welcome. Sorry, I'm a little bit. I got my hands full, so I will I'll properly welcome you here in a little bit. But I appreciate you coming by, and nice to see you.
Now 27
Happy
nautical
Thursday.
miles south of Oshkosh, and we got information, Oscar. Looking to get.
All right, we're actually
Are you
semi-close
familiar with
here.
the notice procedures?
Negative.
Oh, we've lost. No.
Okay, I'm going to send you a link. It's important that you read it. We're doing a special arrival procedure today, so it's very important
Okay.
that you understand what's going on. So I'm gonna
Railroad
send you a link
tracks
here,
are there. We're doing okay.
For you to read, and then you want to head to Green Lake. That's going to be the place you're going to want to head into, is Green Lake, and you're going to be picking up the Green Lake transition. That starts on page 9. We are arriving 27 and 36. That's going to be pages 15 and 17 of the notice. So just make sure you're familiar with these pages, or send that link your way right now.
Roger. Was that information in the ATIS, or is that separate?
It's a separate document, so it's a separate document. It is in the ATIS. We are doing the VFR arrival procedures, Green Lake transition. That covers that, but it's all written out in the notice.
Okay, Roger, thanks. 2 Juliet.
Yep, and that right there, that exchange tells you just how willing the ATC is to work with you. And I mean, they're nice people. They really are. I know people get intimidated by this event. They can be intense when it gets busy,
Aircraft just joining us.
but
Welcome.
they really
Make
are
sure you do
nice
follow the Green
people.
Lake transition. Green Lake transition arriving runways 27 and 36. It's pages 15 and 17 in the notice.
That
Please be
guy
familiar with those
just
pages.
checked in. He had no idea what was going on. He just thought he was flying up to Oshkosh because he saw some ATC and a bunch
I
of
got
traffic.
Kodiak, half-mile southwest Bisque, rocket wings. Or correction, mile south Bisque, rocket wings. Good rock on the Kodiak. Follow the railroad tracks, runway 27. Keep your downwind inside of the gravel pit, and monitor tower 118.5.
All right, sweet, 18.5. We're low. Dang it. Dang it, we're low. All right, hold on here. 18.5. And runway 27. Sweet. We can do that. Did I fall off my railroad tracks a little bit? Nope, I'm okay. I'm okay. I have to turn because they're over there to my right a little bit, but we're okay.
Charlie Golf, Mike Echo, to left heading 250, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
270 on the heading, clear for takeoff, runway 27, Charlie Golf, Mike Echo.
All right, you guys, we're doing okay. We're a little off the railroad tracks, but we're doing fine. We got the tower frequency tuned in. We keep getting a little bit low, but generally speaking, we're all right. And we're not trying to, we're not having to pick up Fisk Avenue, which is, I think, when I practice, finding that doggone Fisk Avenue is tough. This one should be a little bit more doable. And maybe it's only because I've done it once, so I feel like I have a little bit of practice. And we're not really following the railroad, but the railroad track and this road, they do kind of mirror each other. Airfield's in sight at this point. I see the row of buildings. Slow down a little bit here. I'm low. I need to be back up at 1800. I've struggled with that. Really have not done a very good job of flying straight and level. Never really did get the aircraft trimmed out. I maybe should have come off of autopilot just a little bit sooner. Either that or left it on autopilot a little bit later. I don't know. But,
Charlie Golf, Mike Echo, contact departure, good flight.
but we're
Departure, good day, Golf, Mike Echo.
there's our runway. So we're going to come, we're going to basically stay right on the course we're on right now. We're looking for the gravel pit. We're going to turn pretty close to 1800, pretty close to 90. We're a little fast, but look for the gravel pit. I'm also just watching for traffic just in case. I don't see anybody. I do know somebody just departed off of 27 before we got there, so I see a bunch of bogeys on the TCAS now. There's the gravel pit. And there's our runway. We're going to make our turn. There's the dots, the famous dots. Yep, turn before the gravel pit. And we can start the descent midfield. We kind of already are a little bit here. I'm going to go a second notch of flaps. About the only thing this Kodiak doesn't do is turn on a dime. We're awful close here, but I think we'll be all right. 800 feet field elevation. We have to turn base before we get to the shoreline. Speed's getting a little low. I'm going to take it out here as close as I can, just so I have time. Okay, that looks good.
And to Kodiak on to downwind, runway 27, clear to land on the numbers.
27 clear to land on the numbers, Kodiak. All right, therein lies the challenge. I got to put it down on the front part of this runway. Let's see how we do. Not a great rollout. Final notch of flaps are in. Speed's okay. Crosswind is crosswinding. Try to hit those numbers. Come on, baby. How are we doing? Oh, pretty doggone close, boys. I will take that any day of the week.
Nice landing on to Kodiak. Hands to left or right onto the grass. Welcome, Josh.
All right, left hand onto the grass, Kodiak. I will take that, you guys. That was not half bad. Sweet. And we are right here, ready to kind of plan our attack and head back. Okay, let's go back here to flight idle. Let's set the parking brake. Let's catch our breath for a second. Let's say hi to everybody who came in here. I appreciate Tiana Min Square. I attempted to spread the butter. Thank you so much for the follow. I hopefully I left a little butter out there. I don't know. And Slendy, first time chatter. Hey, Slendy. I flew autopilot up to, basically up to Puckaway Lake, to kind of the initial lake there, and then I pulled off of the autopilot, and it got a little bit ugly. Steve, that guy definitely didn't like. It's kind of humorous, right? But like, how do you not know that today is Oshkosh Day? And maybe just don't fly VATSIM. I don't know. But again, that was really nice of the control, and I've heard them do that before. So I don't know if the Pilot Edge guys are quite as nice, but these guys always are. So Slendy, this is the Oshkosh Airport, and they have done a nice job of rendering it with the airports and the dots and all that good stuff. It's a really cool area. And then we're going to be flying back to a place called Leeward Farms, which that might be just as fun of an approach here. So anyway, thank you so much, Steve and Edmund. Edmund, did you sneak in here? Did I say hi to you yet? If I didn't, hi. What's going on? Okay, afford me this if you could. Give me a second to take a little quick break out of the cockpit. We'll come back. We will put the flight plan in, and we'll fly VFR back to Leeward Farms. And I've never done a departure out of Oshkosh, so this will be new for me. So I'm excited. Looking forward to that. Be right back.
In the low wing, off runway 27, runway 27 clear to land on the numbers.
Not sure if you heard, but my dogs say hello. Time to head back. We'll watch some traffic coming in here as we won't because I'm going to be down here. So let's go over here.
Good landing, left or right onto the grass, mosh.
And now my question, Steve, did I need to acknowledge the tower's controller? Hey, Tuba Flight's here. Ben, how are you? I thought you did, but I honestly you don't. Okay, all right. Noob. I'm such a noob. Okay, Oshkosh to not unless asked. Okay. All right. Lesson learned. Whiskey Sierra. Five one. We're gonna just do a pretty much a direct flight back, and I am gonna just I'm just gonna slap it on auto and just enjoy the flight back. I'm gonna chat with you guys and just enjoy the heck out of it. Ben, I don't know if you were able to tune in, but we just made a successful arrival into Oshkosh. We pulled off a pretty good landing. I think kind of right on the spot where we were supposed to be. And so, yeah, super jacked about that. It's starting to get busy, and I'm going to attempt my first ever departure out of Whitman here. And so I need to, so you're supposed to, all right, let me just pull this up here. And Steve and anyone else who's flown this, please, double check me, backseat pilot me, because I don't want to screw this up. But I thought it would be kind of fun to show this. There we go. All right, so down here, departure, VFR departure from Oshkosh. So you get a weather briefing, and we do have an ATIS now. Departure ATIS is on 121.75. We'll get that. Oh yeah, it's right there. And we're supposed to not even start the engines until we know that the airport is open. Well, we know the airport's open because we just flew in here, so I'm not worried about that. But you taxi towards your designated runway without contacting ground, and you use caution. And then you here's where I don't know if we just monitored departure on 121.75. Nope, that's the ATIS. Remain on 1905 until told to contact ground. What is 1905? I don't see 1905. Well, what? So here's my question. That's for IFR, Sparker's saying. So I should be able to, just from a VFR standpoint, I should be able to come up here and I have tower. Tower should be the one that clears me for departure. He should know when I'm ready to rock and roll, and he should clear me when it's time. The other question, though, that I have is this. Let's pull up the Oshkosh
And a highway on
chart here.
27, clear to land on the green dot.
Thankfully, it's not super ultra busy. I should be able to cross 2-3. And would I need to? Do you suppose it would be smart for me to get onto a taxiway here, a legit taxiway, and kind of come up Juliet and hold short of Echo, or can I just grass taxi over here to Echo? What would you suggest? Kind of feel like I should maybe get on Alpha over here to Charlie 1, Juliet, and then hold short at Echo. I don't want to cross and come over here, because I think that would be bad. But either way, I'm going to have to cross a runway. Just don't see anything that talks about that. Then when we're out of here, we can fly directly west 270 at as long as we don't get above, we have to stay at or below 1,300 feet. Well, I tell you what, partly that these questions might be answered in the departure ATIS. So why don't we do that? Let's hop over and let's listen to the departure ATIS, and let's we don't need to be guessing that way. So that's on 121.75.
Minutes prior to ETG. Do not start taxi without approval. Advise on initial
Do
contact.
not start taxi
You'll have
without approval.
information Mike.
Good to know. I'm glad we checked on that.
Whitman REGL Airport ATIS information Mike 2253 Zulu. 1310 at 11 gusts 17. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 29er. 2.17. Altimeter 29er74. Departing runways 27 and 36 left. VFR departures follow the notice to the runway. Do not contact ground control for taxi. VFR aircraft departing runway 27. Monitor Osh Tower frequency 118.5 for departure instruction.
Yep. Okay.
VFR aircraft departing runway 36 left. Monitor Osh Tower frequency 126.6 for departure instruction. IFR aircraft contact ground 132.3 for clearance and approval for engine start no earlier than 30 minutes prior to ETG. Do not start taxi without approval. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Mike.
Okay, so we don't need to contact ground. We just need to monitor tower, and we can. It didn't really specify, where we can taxi. But so I still think I'm just gonna get up on a taxiway. I feel weird taxiing across the grass. I feel like that would be less safe. And maybe I'm wrong. Like they would have marshalers telling me where to taxi, I guess, wouldn't they? Yeah,
And the low wing on the midfield for runway 27, take a land on the numbers.
I still think I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. All right, so we're there. We're going to go up. We're going to hit Alpha here, just past the red and white building. We're going to hang a little bit of a right-hand turn, and then find Juliet. And that'll take us back to where we need to be. Could be completely wrong. I don't know. That guy's going around, baby. Okay, here's Alpha. Oh, it turned a little soon. Let's do this because we do need to make sure there's nobody else in the area. I have all my lights still on. No anti-icing is needed. Okay, crossing this runway. Nobody on there. Nobody on there. Next left will take us on to Juliet. Nobody coming that way. That side looks good. Okay. Down we go to Echo, and we'll set I will set my altitude at 1,300. That's what we have to stay below. And I'm taxiing quick. Let's go do a little beta. Beta. Slow down a little bit here. ATC's voice is creepy. I don't listen to the robot ATIS very often anymore. I usually just try to get my text ATIS and call it good. But kind of fun to do it every now and again. Alright, let's hang tight here. Let's not pull quite up to the hold short line just yet. Let's get 1300 set. And runway heading is set. Alright, now we can pull up here, and we just are going to monitor and be ready to rock when he tells us it's time to go. Oh, jeez, I need to do this. Hold on. I don't have a freaking flight plan filed. That could have been bad. Alright, flight plan. Swap. EFR. It's 2300, so how about we say 2330, which is in about 3 minutes. We're going to be heading back at 6.5. Southwest bound. And filed. Alright. Slendy's finally descending into Winnipeg.
And
Oh.
Kodiak short, runway 27. Runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Here we go. Oh. Alright. Final is clear. Runway is clear. Condition lever full forward. Prop lever full forward. Here we go.
Osh Tower, cone check.
Loud and clear.
You know, theoretically, guys,
Osh Tower, Coast Guard Helicopter 65. We are approaching along Highway 41 for the Pioneer Field helicopter approach.
I could have flown in here without being able to transmit. All you have to do is just monitor.
Roger, Coast Guard 65. If you just follow the notice, you don't have to contact me.
Okay,
If you'd like
900.
to, via the transit helicopter.
Laps coming up.
Roger that. Sorry, I forgot about that. We'll, thanks, 65.
We're going to be anywhere from 270 to 300, I think we're allowed to fly. So we'll just stay here until we're clear of the area. Can't be above 1300. That's my main thing. Pull back a little on the power. Heading. We'll just hold altitude right here. And there we go. We're just going to hold 1100. That way we know for sure we're going to be okay. Aha, away we go. Very nice. You're terrible with the Kodiak. Can't trim comfortably for takeoff. Yeah, it's got so much power. I mean, it doesn't go fast, but it's got so much power that it really, it's got an interesting feel to it, no doubt about that. The other thing we have going on here that I don't like is this. I want track up, baby. I'm a track up guy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's a cool plane. It's a cool plane. So I've got to stay at or below 1300 until I'm clear of the airspace, which is, let's see, there's a 10-mile ring here, so I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. Comic Crazy 3. Hey man, how are you? Good to see you. Just flying out of Oshkosh for my very first time.
Aircraft calling, Oshkosh program.
Scud running like a boss. And just really enjoying the heck out of this, man. This is such a fun spot. I think we're out of the I think we're almost out of the airspace here. Mr. G1000 should tell me. Oh, not quite. I still have this little yellow ring, or this little yellow square. But you can kind of see the approach here. Pilot Ryan, thank you so much for the follow. Pilot Ryan, I hope you're not the missionary Bush Pilot Ryan that flies the Kodiak in real life, because you're probably really cringing at what you're seeing right now. But welcome. It is a great plane. It really is. I own two of them now. I own one in X-Plane now and one in Microsoft Flight Sim. So anyway, you can kind of see the idea, right? You depart, you stay underneath the arrival traffic. The arrival traffic has to stay at 1800. You have to stay below 13, and yeah, so you can kind of just sneak out underneath, and then. Yeah, I love that guy. He's a really talented pilot. A fun YouTube channel also, if you guys don't know who we're talking about. Just you can YouTube Missionary Bush Pilot. He flies Kodiaks in Papua New Guinea for a living. It's like, yeah, okay. Envious. All right, spin it up here. We filed 6.5. I'm going to climb in vertical speed mode initially here at about 1,000 feet per minute. I'm going to also get my heading bug spun around here so we can intercept our course. I am being a little bit lazy. I'm not hand flying too much here because I just want to interact with you guys. And anyway, I just had so much fun flying in. I'm like on a little bit of a high right now, and I just want to hang and enjoy and fly back. We got a really cool field that we're heading back to, this leeward farm.
And aircraft midfield downwind.
I think you're gonna enjoy the heck out of it.
To land on the numbers.
Yeah, let's pull back. I'm gonna go 2100 here on the RPMs. And then we'll go 95 on the NG. I don't have any idea if that's the correct climb power setting. It just feels right. It sounds right. Everything's in the green. No oil, no smoke, all that good stuff. You wish you had a Kodiak. You're just an EAA guy. Do I fly mostly GA planes? That's, Ryan, that's a good question. Normally, I would say yes on that, but Discord chat, I've kind of branched out a little bit. Do you still see me as mostly a GA guy? I think that's what I advertise, but is that me anymore? Is that really who I am? I mean, I love GA. It's probably still my favorite thing to do. But I actually do a variety of things, Ryan. I'm really, I'm that guy that just can't, for the life of me, I can't stay focused on one plane. So I have a tendency to bounce around a little bit. I guess my favorite planes to fly though are Bush style GA planes like the Kodiak. The Beaver's my favorite. Love that Beaver. But I also like vintage airliners like that FlyJ Sim 727. I love to fly Slant Whiskey. I had a DC-8 back in P3D that I just adored, and an L1011. So I love those old school older planes. I have a 747-200 that from Felis that I'm going to fly in the Transcon here coming up. I'm really, really looking forward to that. But I've also started messing around a little bit with helicopters. So I don't know. I'm all over the place, dude. I need an intervention. Is really what I need. An airplane intervention. But it's not going to be any of these guys in the chat.
Short, runway 27, cleared to take off.
Because the chat, the guys in the chat, they're the reason why I own this plane right now. So
364 Hotel on the RNAV 27.
let's do this. I need to get on.
364 Hotel.
I need to get on Unicom here, but I would like to monitor. You're a part of the EAA Experimental Aircraft Association, and you're a certified builder. Oh, cool. No doubt. Oh, that's awesome. So what kind of pilots, or sorry, what kind of aircraft have you worked on then, Ryan? Hi, I'm Comic Crazy. Hi, Comic Crazy. Yeah, that's what I need, man. I need that. Don't cure me though. I don't want to be cured. I'm at that step. I don't want to admit that I have a problem. Check it out. Those guys have got some work to do. Those guys, unless one of those guys is up a little higher at that 2300, they got some work to do. I need to get my eyes on here. I think I'm safe because I'm up above 5,000 feet now. So, but you never know when you're flying VFR, right? It's your job to avoid. The heaping pile? What are you talking about? I love that plane. That epitomizes what I do in the flight sim, man. It's propeller driven, it's vintage, it leaks oil. It's perfect. Things catch on fire. It's hard to fly. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to fly. I know though, how you can get better at that, or I know how to make that better, Comic Crazy. It's simple. I have a simple one-step process to help you feel better about the DC-6. Buy the Boeing 247D from Wing 42 and fly that for a while. You'll come back to that DC-6 and it'll feel like a stinking modern jet, man. You'll be loving it. So you've built a Lancer LVP and a Legacy. You're working on an RV-14 and you've done an RV-10. Oh man, Ryan, that is awesome. I just watched Flight Chops. I don't know if you watched that guy up there, and he built himself an RV-14. What a neat looking plane. I see they're coming out with the high-winged version of one of those models. Yeah, Comic Crazy. It's only $25. It's really a cheap plane. It is the hardest plane to fly. Well, let me paraphrase that. The flight model, it's actually a very simple and fun plane to fly, but keeping the engines running is the challenging part. I've never had a plane more difficult to keep the engines running. So 247 Slendy knows the pain. Yeah. Slendy knows the pain. Oh man. Comic is saying Ryan turned you onto the RV-14. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. There's a freeware R14 that's available too. That's a pretty good plane, Comic Crazy. I might have to go check it out. I don't have much experience with it, but I might have to go check that out. Well, my grandfather. So, by the way, I don't know if we've met, Pilot Ryan, but my name is Brant. Nice to meet you. Anybody else that's here for the first time, welcome. the Melvin Leroy name comes from my grandfather, and he was the one that got me interested in aviation, got me on my first ever simulator. It was a little Cessna trainer. It was amazing. Spent hours on that stupid thing. But he and his buddy built a kit plane one time. It was a Pitt Special, one of those little biplanes. And I can remember how I was just enthralled with that and the process. And they got it finished up. And I remember it was a little small town, a little farm town in South Dakota, and one day my grandpa's buddy, they were war buddies, and both pilots. And
Welcome to Vatventure.
hey, Comic Crazy, thank you for the follow, man. The anyway, my grandpa's buddy, he also was a crop duster. So, like, he just was fearless, man, and could fly anything, anywhere. Anyway, I still remember to this day, it must have been 45 years ago, that he flew that plane there's a little airport about 20 miles east of this town that we lived, and he landed on one of the main highways and taxied down the street to my grandpa's house. It was awesome. It was so awesome. But yeah. Oh, you've got the Payware one. And oh yeah, River Run style. Have you been doing the River Run with Slant Alpha then? Aircraft IV helped build RV-7s, 9s, and 8s in mini Lancers. That Lancer looks like it can flat out scoot, man. That looks like a pretty awesome plane. But man, that one that Steve Flight Shops has, man, that's a nice looking plane. He's got it decked out with all kinds of modern avionics and anyway, not with that group, but you love that style of flying. Okay, gotcha. Well, Comic Crazy, this is a fun channel. It's, as you probably are discovering, it has very little to do with my aviation skills and just about everything to do with the people that are here in the chat. That's what I think is the best thing about my channel, is I just have some awesome, positive people that I get to hang out with a couple times a week. I try to stream Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And it's going to get a little bit wild here because I also am a teacher and a football coach. And so in a week or so, like maybe even starting next week, my coaching schedule starts to pick up a little bit. All right, that was a Unicom call. I want to do this. I want to go ahead and just I don't want to. I'm not going to do this for long, but I want to put in Chicago Center into COM2 just so I can see. I haven't even tried to make this work once, so let's put Chicago Center here, 120.35. Again, this is only about my fourth or fifth flight in this plane. It's still pretty new to me. So I should be able to monitor COM2 right there. Yeah, let's just see if we can hear anything. Nice. We won't leave that on for long, but we'll give ourselves a little background chatter.
Kowalski traffic 1035 Mike Tango, departing runway 36, VFR to Oshkosh.
Let's do this. Turn that down a little bit here. So anyway, I forgot the point I was trying to make, other than I've got awesome people in my community. Oh, I was talking about my schedule. So my flight schedule, my streaming schedule is going to get a little weird till about November. Smitty? No kidding. Holy cow. Starwolf. Hey, Starwolf, welcome. And holy cow. That is awesome. Fisk for real. Oh. Hey, best of luck. I hope you have a chance to come back and report how awesome it was. And man, oh man, you'll be able to rub elbows with some pretty cool people down there. You know, the guy that I honestly would like to meet the most at Oshkosh, if I ever had a chance to go, is Martin Pauly. You guys know who I'm talking about? Martin, he flies the Bonanza. He's out of Cedar Rapids. He has a YouTube channel, but that's awesome. Slendy's on final. All right, butter time, Slendy. Butter time. The one that Flat Chops has is in my garage, waiting to be built. Ooh, man. Man, oh man.
Got with 1630. They ran today.
That's the 14, right, Ryan? RB 14. That's so cool. So,
1630.
Ryan, I'm assuming that you have a pretty good team. Like it's not. I mean, I suppose it can be a one man job, but I think it's nice to have a group effort here when you're building those things. Smitty, I still can't get over the fact that somebody tried to fly the Dark Star into Oshkosh. There's our VFR, or you see the traffic coming at us. You see that VFR, or I don't know if it's VFR, but you see that traffic down right there. That's pretty good. If you could, see that, that would be half mile separation.
Say again, please. Is going to be a little bit high. Turn right heading 0.
I don't know what he's doing. He's kind of all over the place down there. My wife must be home because my dogs are going crazy. All right. I feel satisfied that we can monitor another frequency, which is really cool. And that's neat that we're able to see. Lean out the window here. We're able to see other traffic visually. Very nice, very nice. So next year, I mean, what do we do differently next year? Because we've flown, we've flown in now 4 different sims, and we've now flown a departure. I guess the next thing to do would be to try to fly a warbird of some sort, or maybe a higher performance aircraft. Because I've never flown it at the 2,300 feet and 135 knots, a little higher level there. Fixie. Good fixins. Let me tell you, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was one of the better. I mean, I don't know. Here's what it looked like. Okay, so I did have a little bit of trouble. I took it off autopilot right about here, kind of the north end or the west end of Green Lake. And so I had a little bit of trouble trimming it out, keeping it at 1,890 knots. I never really did do very well there, but managed to fly a decent pattern. Was a little bit late on my round out, but I was given, probably won't see it here. No, I was given the numbers and I put it down there, 0.95 Gs, 55 knots. So, and 12 knot sort of crosswind, quarter and crosswind. So anyway, needless to say, man, I'm just freaking on cloud 9. It was so much fun. So much fun. So we're heading back to where we started. I found this cool little airport called Leeward Farm. We're 53 miles out. It's going to be just as much fun. It's a little tight paved strip that's up on a bit of a plateau. Super scenic. Looking forward to it. But yeah, man, it's been great. I'm just thinking about next year and what I want to try to do. So kind of leaning towards maybe something a little more high performance so I can fly the 2,300 foot level, or maybe trying to bring in like the DC-6 or something. The DC, DC-6. I think I would try to bring the DC-3 in first. just got back from Kentucky. Yeah, no, Fixie, yeah. I get it, man. I get it. Good trip overall, though, I hope. And hopefully it was a pleasure trip. Or at least some pleasure, not all work and no play. Ah, bourbon trip. Nice, nice. Very cool, very cool. All right. Well, anyway, super, super excited about already just thinking about next year. And can't wait. Maybe I'll try it on Pilot Edge. I don't know. I don't know. I just like I I don't know. I just don't know what I want to do. Decisions, right? It'll be fun to see what aircraft are available next year in Microsoft Flight Sim 2 and X-Plane for that matter, because yeah, there'll be something that jumps out at me, but yeah, maybe I don't know that I brought a twin in yet. No, did I fly the? Something makes me. No, I didn't fly the 310. That was one of the suggested planes to fly in this year, but we opted to go. Well, actually, the what I was gonna do before Steve H.E. Dell cyberbullied me. I was gonna fly the JP Logistics 152. Love that plane. Nice high wing, and then Steve had to point out that there was a flash sale going on with SWS, and this sucker was like $20. So I'm like, ah, heck yeah, why not? And I don't regret it. I don't regret it one bit. It's a great plane. It was a good excuse to pick it up. All right. Hey, I don't know if you noticed this, but we are two. Shoozy. How are you, Kevin? Good to see you, man. You got it on sale as well, Kevin? Yes. Steve's a bad friend, isn't he, Shoozy? What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're two followers away from 900. And what happens at 900, do you ask? Well, we're going to do our next gift card giveaway. As soon as we crest that 900 follower mark, we're going to set it up. So it'll happen real soon. I'm anticipating either end of this month or first part of next month. We'll figure some way to give out a gift card. And anyway, thank you so much for the amazing support. Hard to believe 900 people have pushed the follow button, and I've loved every minute of it. So if there's two people out there in the chat that haven't followed, you can make the gift card giveaway happen. All right. We've actually picked up a couple of new friends today. Slendy and Pilot Ryan and Comic Crazy 3. Yeah, hashtag no pressure. I'm a terrible salesman, aren't I, Kevin? Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to do that for a living because my family would starve.
Thanks for subscribing.
Oh man, okay, so Pentagon just went over the top. He just did a gift description to Shoozy, and Pentagon has given out 26 gift subs. Holy moly. Rob, that's crazy, my dude. Skull, thank you so much. That's where the gift card money comes from, by the way, is your generous donations like that, and your generous subs, and your bit cheers, and all those little things. So thanks for doing that. Hey, Charlie 172 Juliet Hotel. Yeah, long time. No chat. Getting the sim up and running. Good, 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 good. I hope you're able to get a flight in tonight. And Jim, that's right, Jim. You had told me that. I should remember that. But Jim, welcome back, buddy. Good to see you. We just flew into Oshkosh and are kind of on our way back. We're being lazy pilot. We're letting the autopilot have all the fun here, and we're just kind of enjoying the fact that we managed to execute a pretty good approach in landing at Oshkosh, and we flew our first departure out of Oshkosh, and we're going to head back to a really cool little airstrip called Leeward Farm. Things are good with the family, Jim. I appreciate you asking. We're just kind of chilling on a Thursday night and leftover night at the Melvin Leroy household. So I'm going to go have a little bit of that here in just a bit when I get on the ground here at Leeward. And but yeah, life is good. Life is good. Let's see. Leeward Farms 1068. So let's say 1100. So we need to be 2100 or pattern altitude. We are going to be flying a what? Let's get this set first, and then let's brief the arrival. 36 miles out. It's kind of that time here. Whoa, wait a minute, not Whitman. We did Whitman already. Leeward Farm. So runway 29er. That's right, and no pattern is specified, so that means the left-hand traffic pattern. And you guys will enjoy it, I think. Comic, yeah, I understand that they did change a little bit as far as what they're doing with advertisers. I haven't looked into it probably as closely as I should. I always feel bad that non-subscribers have to sit through ads. I mean, I know how frustrating it is when I'm watching somebody and every 15 minutes the ads come up or something like that. But I'm with you. I like to put every dollar that is donated to me back into the sim, and I joke with Steve PHL and all those people about twisting my arm to buy planes, but I try to be sensitive to like what the viewers want to see, and I'm certainly not going to be a guy that can go out and buy every single new release and give you the lowdown. First of all, I don't have the expertise, and so I can, like, my reviews are kind of like, it's pretty cool, like I don't have any of the expertise of a real pilot, so it's not really, that's not my deal. But if somebody wants to see something flown in a certain event or whatever, and I don't have that plane, but I have the ability to go get it because I have a little bit of money that has been donated or I've earned through subs, I'm happy to do that. I'm absolutely happy to do that. And then at least you can see kind of with your own eyes what kind of a plane it is and if it's worth it or not. Let's descend in flight level change for this particular one. I'm going to go ahead and start down. Looking for 2100 and get ourselves ready to jump into left-hand pattern. Very thankful for Otto in this case because he is making it so I don't have to be looking out the window and trying to. You've seen me do those flights where I'm like, I think that highway crosses the river right there, and there's that field, and yeah, this is not one of those flights. This would be a tough place to navigate with pilotage, though, wouldn't it? Look at all those patchwork fields. You'd have to have some lakes. You'd have to have, I don't know. You'd figure it out, I think, if you lived here, obviously. But Yeah, so we are. Let's set the course. Can I set the course? I can't. Why can't I set the course? Oh, because I'm, duh. Let's, oh, we'll set the heading knob then. 290. Just to give us a little bit of a reference. Oh, you know what we could do? We could set the OBS. Couldn't we? Can we or can we not? No, we cannot, because I don't know how to make the OBS work, apparently. How about we, well, let's do this then. Let's do this. Let's go into heading mode. And then we will set that to 290. I don't know why. I just feel like having the green arrow kind of helps me a little bit here. I don't know about you guys, but there we go. That'll be a runway alignment. So we're actually, we could maybe just shoot a right hand base to final for this instead of going all the way around. I think we might do that. Let's turn you off there. You're just extra information at this point in time. Yeah, winds are coming right down the runway, which is cool. Yeah. So anyway, to finish kind of comics thoughts, very good thoughts there, talking about advertisers kind of corrupting the process. He's having fun, just with the little revenue to make the production better. So you're sort of doing the same thing that I'm doing. Yep, and you're shipping comics. That's your main deal there. Sims like these bring out the best of the real world. Yep. And I'm with you. I love when IRL pilots stop by. That's one of the things I also love about my community so much. It's just I have so many real life pilots that have mentored me and taught me things over the years that have helped me make the sim, I hope anyway, a little bit more realistic feeling. Is that I don't know. Hey, Scott, original Godspeed's here. It is going so well. I can't even describe it, Scott. I just was able to execute an arrival, the Fisk approach, or the Fisk arrival into runway 27 at Oshkosh, and feeling great about that, and enjoying the heck out of the company. Had a great conversation with a bunch of awesome people today. It's been a great stream all the way around. Just a great stream. I'm glad you're here. It's just got that much better. So we're trying to locate, and we will try to locate this. I mean, I know we're kind of heading straight towards it according to the magenta line. Yeah, I'm kind of being a child of the magenta line right now. And I'm not ashamed of that. But my goal here is to just actually break off and make a right-hand approach. We're 20 miles out. We could probably make an initial call here. Leeward Farms traffic. Kodiak 11816 is 20 to the west of the field, descending through 2,800. We're going to be inbound runway 29, Leeward Farms. Yeah, Scott, it was cool. It's always fun. It's always fun. You start out super nervous, stressed out a little bit, and you just dive in and you just go for it, and it tends to work out. I'm getting down a little early. I think I'm going to still be clear of the terrain, though. MSEs in the area are 1,900, 1,800. Yeah, so if we're at 2,100, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. But man, what a beautiful area. Lots of trees and streams and lakes, and Very cool. Okay, well, nothing to do now but just kind of keep it straight and level. Maybe I'll go ahead and take over here and see if I can make it less straight and level. Alright, autopilot off. We'll keep the yaw damper on. That does help a little bit. We'll see how we do. Oh, my wife is cranking up. She's into the January 6th hearing. So I don't know if you can hear that upstairs, but man, she's got it cranked up. I must be getting kind of loud. Maybe I should be quiet. $15 out. If there's one thing about this G1000 that I don't know that there's any way around it, but it's just everything is so small. Just really, really small. Yeah, that's right. I love it when he says that. Autopilot off, awful pilot on. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of come around a little bit here. And let's just make sure we don't go down any lower than 2100 here. Let's trim. We can trade a little airspeed or altitude. I don't want the... Oh, flight director. Why is the flight director still on? Heading mode off. Let's just turn all that off. Okay. Why do I have the pink flight director still on? If I don't... Like, literally, what? Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't have the flight director. There we go. Interesting. Alright, sorry. Slowly pull back here on the power. $10 out here. Leeward Farm traffic, Kodiak 816, 10 to the east of the field. Inbound 29er, Leeward Farms. We'll be on a extended right base, runway 29er, Leeward Farms. And I would say again, part of why this has been such a cool night is I am really happy that this little freeware scenery was available, because it just was an extra added little something that just made everything that much more awesome. Okay, I'm down below 2100. Here again is where I had a little bit of trouble. Thought that looked like a farm strip for just a second, but I just think it's a little clearing that he's made there at the top. That'd be pretty short runway. All right, almost back up to 21. I don't want to get too low, because then it's pretty tough, I think, to see this field. I might end up having to do a little flyover if I'm not careful here. All right, yeah, is that the field? I think it is. Not. Okay. Never mind. That's like a little bit of a town or something. Sorry, reset track IR. Oh. I went and did it. Hey, Tracky, you're back on. Yeah, this field's up on a bit of a plateau, isn't it? Okay, dropping down a little bit too far. Seven miles. Did you do it, Edmund? It's so much fun, isn't it? Oh, so much fun. So rewarding. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. 2 times? That ain't bad. Alright, I gotta get back on Cracky here. Boy, this is gonna be a tough field to find even with my like I feel like I've already went past it. Okay, we're gonna turn inbound here. Leeward Farm traffic, Kodiak 816 is turning final runway 29er, Leeward Farms. I think I got a little too far away, you guys. I'm really relying. I'm on the G1000 approach. The iPad 1 approach. That's something else Conti says all the time. Oh, do I got an aircraft on the ground? I think we do. I think we do. All kinds of traffic here at Leeward Farms. Very nice. Oh, geez, I'm still 5 miles out. Leeward Farms traffic. The Kodiak is still 5 miles out on the final 29er Leeward Farms. Yeah, no wonder I can't see it. 5 flipping miles out. All right, well, we'll just fly generally in the direction. Oh, Edmund, that's a good tip. That's a solid tip. And since I've never landed gear up, you know, I'm just going off of what I've heard, you know, right? Yeah, jeez. I landed gear up in the helicopter the other day. I've got that Bell 222, and that thing's got retractable gear. Same principle applies, Edmund. As you know, being a helicopter jockey like myself, the wheels help. Oh, I see the field. Okay, we're there, dude. And oh, Shoozy's down there. Hey, all right, man. Kevin, I always enjoy your company, dude. Only 125. That's not too bad. Test that Kevlar belly lining that they have on that plane, man. You got to do that from time to time. You know, yeah, it costs you a couple $100,000 in the engine that you ruin, but you know, Scott, I don't believe I have. I have a North America tree pack, and gosh, I don't. That doesn't sound familiar, Scott. All right. Speaking of Gumps, gas is they're on. Both are on. Undercarriage is welded. Mixture, propellers full forward. Switches are on. We're ready to land. I got 2 and 2. I got dating game pappies here. That never happens. I'm a little fast. So let's pull back on the power. Now I'm a little bit high. Boy, it's windy. But right down the runway, that's nice. Thankful for that. Look at this little place, though. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, holy cow, look at this place. Just up on top of a little hill. Man, oh man, I'm getting bounced all over the place here, guys. Here we go. I see a 2.9. Private, we got permission. Right. Off to the right. Dang it. Yeah. Not the best, but not terrible. And this is a back taxi situation, so we will do that. Leeward Farms, Kodiak on the back taxi 2.9er. Yeah, we ended up a little bit right of the center line. Not the best in the west, but we managed to put it down pretty good when it counted, which was at Whitman Field, so I'm all right with that. Let's go see what Shusey is flying tonight. Unfortunately for me, guys, this will be the only flight I'm able to do. I'm going to have to pack it in after this, but what a great night, and I so greatly appreciate you guys coming by. Oh, Skyhawk. Nice. Excellent choice. If you're looking for a cool place to fly out of in western Wisconsin, Whiskey Sierra 5-1. This is a completely freeware, and you can one of the ramp spots is inside the hangar here. It's kind of cool. Edmund, I appreciate you being here, man, and I'm glad you had fun. Glad you made it into Oshkosh. And we need to probably try to coordinate something. Maybe that's what I'll try to do next time is coordinate a little bit of a group. Not that we'll fly in there as a fly to two or anything, but just try to put something together where we can come in together, and that'd be kind of fun. All right, let's get the buses off here, and kill the engine. Bring the props back. Fully feathered. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Fuel cut off. What else do I have on here? Fuel. And everything here is off, 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 off. Battery. That's all. We're there. Jim, thanks so much for coming by. And yeah, we need to fly. We need to fly together. We're gonna trade paint. Oh, he's in a tail dragger. My model matching is just not doing very good. That's a good looking plane, and I understand that they are bringing out some improvements even to it. So that's really cool. Sparker, you're welcome. Panagon, I agree, was really, really good fun. Let's do this real fast before we can't really show the replay, although I understand replay is maybe coming in System Update 10, maybe. They're starting to heat up here. What do we have now? 40 arrivals. Cool. 9 departures. All right, let's look at our last flight here. Not loving that part of the Volanta update here, I can say that. Where the heck are we? It's up here, right? Oshkosh? Nope. No. Oh, there it is. Okay, how was our last landing? Oh, maybe it didn't register that last one. Oh, yeah, it did. Here we go. Oh, about the same. 1.07 Gs. A little fast, 62 knots instead of 55, which was about right on the money, but 95 feet per minute. It was right of center. This was the better landing, even though it had the little bit heavier feet per minute, but less G's, 0.905 G's, and put it right down where I was supposed to, man. Right down where I was supposed to. Yeah, X-Plane has it. I love the camera system in X-Plane. It's so nice. It is so nice. Okay, I better wrap it up. Here we go.
Thanks for watching my papa.
Again, big thank yous to everybody who stopped by today. Especially we'd like to say thanks to Pentagon for his gift sub to Them's My Shoes. And a big Melvin Leroy welcome to Comet Crazy 3, Pilot Ryan, and Slendy for the follows. They put us within 2 followers of 900 and the impending gift card giveaway that's going to come as soon as we crest that 900 mark. I'd also like to say hello to our old friend Jim's 172 Juliet Hotel, Sparker, Pentagon. You get another one. Edmund was here. Fixie was here as well. I think I might have missed. Did I miss anything here in the? No, I think I got everything after that last landing there. So, original Godspeed was here. Scott, as always, a pleasure to hang with you. Steve H.E. Dell. Leftover ribs and noodle salad is what he was predicting. I missed that prediction there, but you're close. Either spaghetti or tacos is what's on the leftover menu tonight at the Uncle Melvin's Grill. We will see. We will see. Who else was here? Pilot Ryan was here for a while. Star Wolf stopped in and made us all jealous. Star Wolf gets to fly into Oshkosh for real next Thursday, so hoping that we can talk to Star Wolf to get a full briefing of how awesome that was to do in real life. I can't even imagine what that would be like. But Jay Smitty was here as well, our longtime dear friend Jay Smitty. And let's see, hopefully I haven't missed anyone. Jay East also came in here, and we got him squared away with, I think, probably purchasing a track IR. So, you're welcome. Grumpy Gordo was also here, our good friend Grumpy Gordo, early on. And let's see, that's as far up as I can scroll. So if you were here and I didn't mention you, just please understand that hey, I appreciate you coming in, and there's no doubt about that. You make it awesome. Way more fun with you guys, and so thank you so much. I'm trying to find somebody here who's doing some GA stuff if we can. And let's see. We've got some pretty good options here. Oh, you know what? I think we're gonna go. He's an oftentimes rated dude, but he's doing some GA. It's GA Thursday for Sim Caesar. So let's go over there. If you can't stay, as Sim Caesar would say, if you can't stay for long, please stay for the raid. Go toss him some emotes. Try to see if you can distract him, get him off his checklist. He's probably over there flirting with that Pilot Edge ATC, so you can go tease him about that. But anyway, in the meantime, I'll be back again. It's TransCon on Saturday. I'm going early. I'll be up at about 1600 Zulu, so hopefully I'll see you a little bit early, and would be nice to hang out with you. We got a nice long flight from LA to Kennedy. So in the meantime, take good care of yourself and your families, and we'll see you again real soon. God bless.